Hello everyone, welcome back to Hartland Oaks. Meet Drew. Drew, cooperate. He's one of our very first goats we ever brought here to Hartland Oaks. Oh, he's being a pain. He's handsome, he's stubborn, he's full of personality as you can see, and he also happens to be part fainting goat. Right, Drew? Look at these big old horns. Are you part fainting goat? Now, before we get into all that, don't get too excited. He doesn't faint. He's only 25% fainting. But every once in a while, he gives us some cute little baby goats that carry that fainting gene. Now, that doesn't mean they just randomly tip over. Not like every few minutes. I'll explain that in a bit. Today, I'm going to tell you Drew's story. Explain what makes him so unique and why he'll always have a special place on our farm here at Hartland Oaks. When Hartland Oaks was just getting started, my wife, Kristen, she decided she wanted goats. She said, they're entertaining, they're curious, they eat just about everything. And I said, well, everything they're not supposed to eat. And she said, well, they have personalities, they have fun personalities. And I said, yeah, I suppose they do. So Drew here was one of our very first 3 goats. And from the beginning, it was very clear to him, at least he thought, he was going to be in charge. And he quickly became the king of the herd, the king of the pasture. And honestly, he still thinks he is king. He lays on top of things like it's his throne, just staring off at everybody. He's actually a good guy. He looks mean, he looks tough with these big old horns, but he's not. He's a sweetie. He does lean on you a lot with those horns. He doesn't realize how wide they are, and sometimes he's walking by and it catches me. And whenever I'm in here working, he's got to come push on me. But he does it kind of in a gentle way. He doesn't ram me. He just pushes these horns on me. The problem is they're pointy right here, and so like my shin gets caught in there sometimes, and that's a pain. And look, Marie, you were one of the first 3 also. So Drew here, he's a male. So I guess you'd call him a billy goat, which simply means he's an intact male, still a fertile male. He still does all of our breeding. But what's really interesting about him is he's part Myotonic goat. Now you may know them better as fainting goats. Despite the nickname, they don't actually faint. Now, when they're startled or overexcited, their muscles temporarily stiffen because of an inherited condition called myotonia. I guess that's what you'd say. Hey, stop hitting the camera, Marie. See, they just stay completely conscious the whole time, but their muscles they just lock up actually. They lock up for a few seconds before everything goes back to normal. So they just look stiff, and then they fall over. Now remember here, Drew, he doesn't actually faint. But sometimes his offspring, his little babies do. We do have one purebred myotonic or fainting goat. That one is Tara. Stop pushing on me, Drew. She faints. And her and Drew actually have a baby together named Elaine. And I haven't seen Elaine faint yet. Now, remember, not every myotonic goat reacts the same way. Some barely stiffen at all. Some stiffen up and fall over. Tara does. She falls over all the time, and I feel bad for her because I'll be feeding her and the other goats will come and run and push her, and she'll just stiffen up and fall over. So I oftentimes feed her separate just because I feel bad for her. Yeah, it's just not fair for her. But this guy, he doesn't faint, he just passes on the gene. Look at these big old horns. I want to point out, look at this. You see this right here? Let me turn this camera. Drew's big old horns cause havoc. These 2x6s I'm constantly replacing because he smashes into them just if there's like a new female on that side, because what happens is I have 2 breeding pens. So I give Drew a girlfriend and I give Joey a girlfriend. I'll do another video on Joey. And Drew sometimes gets angry and he just starts smashing into this thing. He'll back up like 10 feet and just go full speed. He breaks 2x6s, Sometimes the bottom of the fence, I'll actually put like a landscape timber or a 4x4 behind the 2x4, behind the 2x6. And even after a while, he sometimes breaks those. I'll see if I can find some footage and throw that in. Oh, big old horns, Drew. You're such a baby, though. Yes, you are. You know, some people say that goats smell. The male goats, billy goats. Because males, see this beard? Hey, turn so I can show you your beard. They pee on this right here. I guess they think that's how they attract the girls. They pee right on that beard. It's like his own personal cologne. I don't know if I'm just immune to it, but I don't think he really smells that bad. I don't know. Other people, I watch their videos and they're like making gross noises about how they smell. I don't notice his smell. He's got a big old beard though. Look at that beard. You know, some of the female goats get beards, some don't. Just like some female goats, well, and male goats. Some goats are naturally pulled, meaning they don't have horns, and some do. Sometimes we'll have twins, and one will have horns, and one won't have horns. Right, buddy? Right, buddy? Such a cutie. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, Daddy loves Drew. His Drewby, that's what we call him. The Drewby. If you've never owned a billy goat, let me tell you something. They're confident. They're stubborn, especially Drew, and they have absolutely no respect for personal space. Right, Drew? See, if Drew sees something he wants, Drew gets it. He's going after it. You can't stop him. He'll inspect your pockets. He'll rub on your leg. He'll go through whatever you have. He'll inspect the feed bucket. He's just always getting into something. Sometimes he's inspecting my camera. He's trying to knock it over. And if you're standing where Drew wants to stand, well, let's just say Drew's going to stand there. You might just get gently moved out of the way. Remember, he loves to rub those horns. Sometimes he really annoys me though. Like when I'm in here trying to fix the fence and he leans up against me and he's pushing me over, or when I'm trying to pound in a fencing staple and he has to put his head right in the way of the hammer, and I'm trying to explain to him, Drew, you got to keep your head away from the hammer. Or when the screws are where he can reach them and he picks them up and tries to eat them and I got to run over there and try to pull them out of his mouth. Or he gets my staples, does the same thing. You know, despite all the trouble Drew causes, under all that attitude he has, he's actually a good goat, and we love him. He's a good boy, aren't you, Drew? Are you a good boy? Are you Daddy's boy? Yes. You're Daddy's boy, aren't you? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Drew has definitely helped to build a lot of our herd. We have roughly 40 goats, and many of these baby goats, well, they carry a piece of Drew and their genetics. Now, of course, a lot of these goats have Joey as a daddy also, but Drew has been a very big part of this. Now, we try to rotate our females so that each month we have 2 females that are delivering babies. We have to do this partly because we have petting zoos, we do goat yoga, and it's always good to have baby goats. That's fun. And of course, we can sell some of those baby goats as well. Now, it's pretty amazing to think that one little billy goat helped shape so much of our farm, has helped to shape so much of Hartland Oaks. And watching his little kids, his little goats grow up has been one of the most rewarding parts of raising goats. They are just a lot of fun. They cause all kinds of problems, and they're a lot of fun watching them run around. Although right now no one's running around because it's hot. It's the summertime in Texas, and they're waiting for me to feed them. Aren't you guys? Waiting for some food? Oh, what you don't see right now is Drew is pushing on my legs with those horns. Ow, Drew, that hurts. Must you always stick your horns right there and just push into me? Your horns are pointy. Ouch, Drew. Ouch, Drew. You're such an annoying goat at times, just as I was saying. Yes, sometimes you're such a bad, bad boy. Yeah. Okay, bad in a good way. We still love you. You're a pretty guy. You're a pretty boy. Every farm has those animals that become part of its story. Drew is definitely one of ours. Right, buddy? Oh, look, he's fighting with me right now. Urgh. He's been through all the growth here at Hartland Oaks. Yep. He's been through the good seasons. And he's been through some hard seasons. He's been through hurricanes. Hey, no. He's been through droughts. He's been through downpours that leave everything a muddy mess. And he's been through everything in between. Were you just going to headbutt me after I said how sweet you were? He's not just another goat. Nah, he's family. He's Drew. He's the goat. Capital G-O-A-T. He's the goat of all goats. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. See, he looks like he's going to play rough, but he doesn't. He'll stand up like he's going to butt heads. Then he jumps back down, and he's really gentle about it. Some people, they don't realize it. They'll come over to visit, and he'll do that thing where he gets up on his hind legs. He'll tilt his head, and you're like, oh, crap. Something's about to hit me. But he knows his role. He knows he's a good boy. Yep, don't you, Drew? Don't you, Drew? You do. You do. Yeah. Yeah, he just wants attention all the time. He loves attention. If you've made it through this far, thank you for watching. I'd love to know, have you ever owned any myotonic or fainting goats? Have you ever owned any goats? Or are you thinking about getting some goats? Maybe getting some goats someday? Some goats like Drew? Get some pretty ones like him. Leave us a comment below. And if you enjoy meeting all the animals here at Hartland Oaks, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment, because we've got mini donkeys, mini cows, sheep, pigs, chickens, and plenty more farm adventures that can come your way. Let us know in the comments what farm animal you'd like to meet next, or should I say family member, right, Drew? Hey, thanks for bumping the camera. Let us know. We'll make a video about it. Thanks for spending a little time with us today. Hartland Oaks signing out. And we'll see you next time here at Hartland Oaks, here on the farm. See you in the next video. Say goodbye, Drew. Say goodbye, Drew. You're not going to say goodbye? Just going to knock me over instead? All right, buddy.